How has Duolingo managed to hack education to make it not only painless, but addictive to anyone caught in its clutches? Today, I'm going to analyze the language learning giant's education tactics that have made them so successful so that you can use them to your own benefit. I'm calling it the SHAG framework. I know the acronym needs work, but these four aspects of the SHAG framework all have something very distinct in common, and it's the one reason that Duolingo makes education as attractive as it is. If you've ever been through a Duolingo lesson, you'd know that they love splitting them up into small bite-sized chunks, and that you can often get them completed in less than 5 minutes. And that's an intentional design. At least for me, I know if something's not going to take up that much time, I'll just do it straight away, because I know I'm not going to be missing out on much when I do. And despite how small a change this is, it still has an astronomical effect on how easy it is to use the app and hit your learning goals. But now, I want you to move on to visualizing the Duolingo app. What do you immediately see? What do you notice about the layout that might have an impact? The winning ticket is right here. Upon opening the app, it immediately puts you on a page where to start a lesson is only one click away. Then, after each lesson, it only takes one more click to continue to the next. They make the desired action so obvious and seamless that it's easier to keep going than it is to stop sometimes. And now, we move on to the strategies that are crucial to the functioning of the Duolingo ecosystem, starting with the G in that acronym. It's based on an academic study conducted by Solomon Asch in the 1950s, which showed that when asked to compare the lengths of two different lines, participants were 75% more likely to conform to the group's decision, even when the rest of the group was instructed to give a blatantly wrong answer. As extremely social creatures, it's natural that we place massive amounts of weight on what others around us think. And the devs at Duolingo are fully aware of this and will take advantage of it wherever they can.
But James, how do they do this?
Well, I'm glad you asked. The app loves reminding us how other people in our sphere are doing. And if you've ever made the fatal mistake of leaving push notifications on, then you know firsthand how annoying and manipulative this can get. Whether we like it or not, we all compare ourselves to each other. So by letting you on how well your mates are doing, you become even more motivated to try and keep up with them. Through this indirect accountability system of sorts, you become more and more inclined to avoid falling behind, and smashing out those lessons one after another becomes easier and easier.
Wow, I didn't know that before. That's a like and subscribe from me.
The A in our STAR acronym stands for something even more significant. A force stronger than all the rest. A force that makes up 60% of the app's success. A tactic so good that you'd be struggling to learn anything without using this as your own strategy. One of the flagship traits of the app is its emphasis on daily practice. It emphasizes this through a couple ways. If you complete a lesson on a given day, your streak moves up to 1. If you do another one on the next day, your streak moves up to 2. This idea, although super basic, actually taps into a deep-seated human motivation. There's two that I'm referring to here. The first is a psychological bias known as sunk cost fallacy, which is when you don't want to give up on something because you think you spend too much time and resources on it to give up now. Your streak is like a long-term project. You've had to devote blood, sweat, and tears to get it to that number. And you've developed a strange kind of emotional attachment to it. Like a baby that you're nurturing and clinging onto for dear life. If you lose your hard-earned streak, you would have wasted all that time and energy that it took you to get you there in the first place. And the wave of sadness that will inevitably come if you do ditch your streak piles up as the streak gets bigger and bigger. The emotional turmoil that comes with that event overrides the friction that it takes to do your lesson, making it even easier for you to start and then keep going. The other part involves yet another unconscious bias. As humans, our sense of control and purpose derives from knowing where we were, where we are right now, and where we want to be at all times. When these three are aligned, you're super motivated to keep going. By letting you scroll ahead and view future lessons, congratulating you at certain benchmarks, and letting you fully well know how well you've improved, the app is directly feeding these basic human needs. I said at the start of the video that there's a
super prominent thread
that ties all of these strategies together. And I reckon it's the only thing you need to turn anything worthwhile into an addiction. The word I've been using throughout the whole video perfectly encapsulates Duolingo's education model. and that's easy. Whenever we do anything, our brain evaluates the effort versus the reward of the activity we're thinking of doing. If the brain deems the activity too difficult to be worth the reward, there's no way you're ever going to do it. So the key that makes Duolingo such an attractive option is that they make everything easy. By alleviating that friction that comes with starting and building your momentum, the platform has made it so goddamn easy to learn that it doesn't even feel like your average education system, but a thing that you're struggling to put down. As much as I hate to say it, these concepts alone will not make you a master knowledge retainer. And luckily for you, this video right here has the answer you're looking for, so go click on that.